Hey, what's going on, everyone? Inkaholic here inside the Socialcraft spawn area. Today, I'm going to do a little shopping today here at the Socialcraft shop. And I'm going to be purchasing some materials for a project that I have in mind that will benefit my town and myself, quite well. So I'm over here and I'm looking and I'm trying to decide on what color I want to build my iron golem spawner. So I think I'll just go with white. It's simple. And yeah, there was another town that the Tron Nation, I believe it is. They decided to build themselves Doc M's iron golem spawner, and I guess I played a little bit of a chess match. I was going to do one, like right off the rip. I was going to build one, but I wasn't sure if the golems were going to even spawn. And there was a person in the town that wanted to do it, and I told him he could, after, I told him he could build one, blah, 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 and it didn't work. And he really wasn't on that much, and so I kind of took it upon myself to go ahead and finish the project for him real quick, using creative, and I went ahead and spawned the villagers in there just to see if it would even spawn one, and I had no luck, so I said, you know what, screw it, and I knocked it all down and just scrapped the whole idea. So, like I said, Tron Nation made one, and they did Doc M's, iron golem spawner to the T, and it worked out well. And I was pretty impressed with it. So I took it upon myself to make one here at my town. And I'm going to do this legit. I'm not going to do this, in creative mode or anything like that. Now, I did kind of cheat and world edit the chunk out right here, but that's about as far as I went. Yeah, I come down here and I'm got my little, chest here that I did find a couple of ores digging around the floor. And because I'm all the way a little bit lower. And I'm going to do this a little bit different. Normally, for those of you that are familiar with the golem spawners, especially Doc M's design, it's 4 spawn pads that are kind of like 4 corners. And I mean, it's a huge project to do. And it's not too bad on resources. It's just really time consuming, and it's a really it eats up a lot of land. And I did notice that the guys over in Tron Nation did theirs, and it's not they had to use a lot of plots to cover all the area. Now what I've done is I've built this thing, and I'm going to build it straight up, and I come all the way down to excuse me, I came all the way down to the lowest level that I wanted to go to. Oops. I came down to the lowest level to stack them on top of one another. So I'm going to try to shoot for 3, maybe 4 spawn pads stacked on top of one another. So instead of just having 2 and then 2 off to the side somewhere and having them all tied together, I'm going to have 3 stacked up straight. So that way I can just get 4 plots purchased, all in a corner to make one big plot, and everything will be protected. So that is the goal for today. And I didn't realize that I was going to go through this much white wool, but, so be it. The town's doing really well. The town, as of now that I'm doing this recording, has a total of 20 people in it. And I think I have about 7 or 8 towns in my nation. So we are right now, we're number 1. I think actually, technically, there's one other town that might have like 1 more person in it. But to be quite honest with you, that town is not very active. I'm on here every day. So if you guys like this and like what you see and want to be a part of this town and want to come check things out, then by all means, come on the server and grab you a plot, and I got plenty of places to stay, and I even got more plots I could possibly claim. I haven't even claimed everything that I could actually have. I think we can have over like 200 and I think I'm up to like 230 plots I can claim, and I've only got like 100 and maybe 120, I think, or something like that. So I'll give you a little sneak peek of my room here. I haven't really done much with it, but built a storage room. So I'm up here because I think I got some red and black and different color wool in here left over from doing the skeletons. So, but yeah, I know I have kind of an obscenely large room here, but that main reason I got that many was simply because being the mayor of the town and the king of the nation, when you spawn up at the top, I'm right below where the skeleton is, so that when you come in, you see my name and you don't see just a a random town person's name there. So this is my little epic storage room. Some of those of you have seen this before. I decided to build it here again, and except I'm not using a switch. I'm using pressure plates to activate it, so that when I run in, the door, all the little trap doors open, and then when I leave, they all close behind me. And I think it's pretty neat, and everybody seems to enjoy it, the ones that have been fortunate enough to come here and see it. Most of these chests are empty. I think the ones here on the right have got stuff in them, but the diamonds inside, there's nothing in those. Alright, so take a couple of these because I'm going to be making a lot of doors, and I'm going to speed this up a little bit because this is I'm not really doing a tutorial here, but I am going to be showing the building process, just because I don't want any skeptics to think that I kind of cheated my way through this. For some reason, there's a lot of disgruntled people on the server. They're like, oh, the mods, they don't do anything legit, and I've done my stuff legit, and they don't do their stuff legit. Well, guess what? Sometimes I do come out of creative mode and actually do build. I mean, believe it or not, I do. So, yeah, I'm doing this totally legit, and as you can see, paid for the wool. I didn't spawn it, and I'm doing the best I can. So, now as you can see, I've got the chat turned down just a little bit so that I don't have the other players bothering me. I've kind of been in hiding for the last 2 days now building this project, and normally I try to be very helpful. I like being a helpful mod, and answering everybody's questions, and showing them things and telling them about commands and just helping in general. I love to help everyone, but by doing that, it kind of hinders me from building or doing anything that I actually want to do. So I kind of took the last 2 days off just to give myself the freedom to build and get this project done just as quick as I possibly could. And I gotta say, it didn't take me too long. It took me 2 days. Actually, well, yeah, 2 days. The one day I only worked on it a couple hours, and then the next day actually was off from work, and pretty much was on and off all day long working on the project. So alright, so now we got the lower half of the cell done. Now it's time for the water. In the water, we're going to place some blocks in the corner first, and we'll remove those in just a little while. And if you know anything about making infinite water streams, we got to make infinite water streams all the way around the edge. So as soon as I place these 4 blocks, I will be placing water every other block, and they will form infinite water streams around the outer edge. And then I'll break these blocks, placing one more water stream just above it, and that will give us water flowing directly to the center, and will leave leave the center section that the golems will fall through without any water. So it'll mark out the center perfect. So I'm gonna go ahead and fast forward this just a little bit, just because it's a pain in the butt fighting these currents, and it makes everything slower. But yeah, this will be a very, very lucrative project, and I'm very, very excited about it, just because we'll be able to have iron for tools and armor, and we could sell the iron if we needed to. And I do like the guy that wanted to build this originally in my town. He had a good point. He's like, he wanted to do it not to make money off of it, but to give the new people iron that start on the server and seem to be struggling. We could be the friendly town, and that's what I want I want to be known as. I want to be the guy that has the town that people like, and that, you know, we're friendly to everyone, and I don't like, you know, turning anyone away, and I don't like being rude or anything like that. So, you know, I want the people in my town to be friendly. So let's stack this up and get a look at what we got here. We got water all the way around the edges and one block in the corner above it, and everything's flowing to the middle. Everything looks good. So now we're going to work on the second half of this, because there's actually 2 spawning cells per pad. Let me get down out of here first. I'm using an axe because an axe is actually quicker on wool than a pick. Alright, so inside these red corners we're going to be starting another layer of the floor. And it's just going to be a 20 by 20 pad. And the 4 in the center will be knocked out just as well. And this one, you know, you don't need any doors or anything on it. You just do the 20 by 20 pad with a 2-high wall around the outside edges, which is going to be where the red wool is now, and the doors, it'll be right on top of it. So everything will work out just nice. There we go. And for the most part, this will stay hidden underground. At least this one will. Now, the spawning pads, they have to be 70 blocks apart from one another, from the, you know, bottom floor to the bottom floor of the next one. So the next one, the next 2, you'll definitely be able to see, and maybe 4 if I can get up that high. I'm not really, you know, gotten that far yet, but there we go. We're going to do the 2-high wall now, all the way around. Alright. And I'm just putting the red in the corners just to give myself an indication of where the corners are when I go to build this all the way around. Alright, so now we got those. We're going to knock out the corners again just like we did below, and put 1 source block of water right here in the corner, and that'll get everything pushed to the middle. And there's the center, and we should be able to drop down. There you go. Alright, so now I guess I will go ahead and take this ladder all the way up the wall here. So this is going to be the way I get up to the next one. And that's the nice thing about this, is that because I have my home set down here at the bottom, and I could just climb up there one time and, you know, place a block or something for me to stand on, and then I can just TP home and then TP back and TP home and TP back. So, well, there's Skull Mountain from here, and this is where the iron will be. Alright guys, this has been Inkaholic. Stay tuned for the next episode, and we'll see what we've got done, and I will talk to you guys later. YOLO. You only live once.